Dear viewers across the world, most welcome to my channel NAGA World Conflict Zone. Context: American CIA chiefs now in Israel for tackling Iran. Iran's new president Ibrahim Raisi has taken the power, and newly the 2015 nuclear agreement will be discussed. This will be seventh round discussed in Vienna. But America wants that if Iran is already has denied these situations and if not agree to reach a agreement, then America and other countries jointly to find out any solutions to overcome the present situations, that means nuclear reactor destroyed. And in these situations, America has sent the CIA chief Mr. Bill Barnes to Israel. Israel Israel's Israel's defense minister Boris Benny Gantz said that any way Israel will destroy Iran's uranium plant, and CIA chief Bill Barnes will meet with IDF chief Major General Hayyan. Tamir Hayyan and Bill Barnes will discuss about the Iran's major problem. Now, the most important discussions about the nuclear reactor of Iran, because next month there is supposed to be held a seventh round discussion about the nuclear talk in Vienna. But America is trying to capture anyway Iran to not to produce nuclear reactor or nuclear bomb. But Iran is trying to convince this other way. Iran's President Ibrahim Raisi talked about this matter, France President Macron, for 1 hour. In these situations, Ibrahim Raisi told him that Iran is always ready for initiating any talk, but Iran always tackle its people's interest. Western countries always pressing Iran to tackle any way to curb the Iran's power. But still now Iran is standing in the open field. Since 1979, Iran have been trying to tackle itself on its own knee, but still now not both its head to Western countries. But now the new president is trying to recover this anyway, because he promised to the nation before elections that economically Iran will be boldened if he comes to the power. As he has come to the power, that is why discussion will be centric of economic recovery, and that is why the new president is trying to do so. That has been expressed when he talked about this matter with the France President Macron. Macron also expressed his hope that Iran will come back to the real 2015's nuclear deal. But Iran's side is very hard now, because hardliner President Mr. Ibrahim Raisi is always trying to capture any way and grabs the power to tackle the Western countries. He agrees to tackle these situations in any way. That is why new government and new cabinet has been built up. But next round, what will be, nobody knows, but world is waiting for that. Another situation is that the Marshall Street ships attacked by the Iranian Western countries claimed, especially US, Israel and UK. In these situations, when Hezbollah fired 19 rockets toward Israel. That was the sign and symptoms comes from the Iran. It has been revealed by the Israeli Jerusalem Post that this is the tactics of Iran because Iran is trying to divert this situation to other way. The ship has been attacked by the Iran, that is confirmed by the United States Army chiefs, and Israel's Jerusalem Post also told that Iran behind this, and UK also demanded that Iran is the country has committed this incident. But Iran claims that when Red Sea attacked Iran's ship, then America and Britain were both silent. But now they are talking about this. Why? Because if they want to equal or equate any calculation, then must talk about this before. Now Israel, America and Britain both tripartites have gone to the United Nations Security Council, but yet Security Council has not taken any decisions. But here is the problem is that China and Russia, two veto power countries, and still now behind Iran because these two countries are trying to capture the 2015's nuclear deal anyway. But if failed next seventh round talk, then what will be the situations? So it will depend on the power of Iran and Western three countries, France, Britain and America. So now the situation is very difficult as the CIA chief has gone to Israel for talking behind this. That is why if talk fail, then anyway America and Israel jointly attacked Iran nuclear reactor. But in this case some problem because this is very fast distance from Israel. Israel will take the action but not America. America also will support behind this but not in front line. America will go to the war with Iran. But if Israel attacked Iran, so what will be? In this case some problem. Syria, Lebanon and Gaza. That means their Hamas and Hezbollah is the strong two category party and fighter. They will try to tackle for the side of Iran anyway Israel to be defeated. So in this case Hezbollah chief Nasrullah and the chief of the Hamas meet several times. Now the sticking point is that if war broken out, then what will be there? Middle East is still now in jerking point. So Middle East, others Muslim countries always seeking the solutions in silent way. But in this case, the main problem is Saudi Arabia and United Arab Emirates. But other countries also very silent. But in this case, very difficult for Israel to attack the Iran because Iran's nuclear reactor is now fortified with sophisticated equipment. That is why this is very risky for Israel. So time will say what will be in next time.